Advocacy groups pushing for hate crimes legislation in Indiana are wondering if this will be their year. Lawmakers are considering a bill that would allow for harsher sentences if a crime is committed because of a person's characteristics. But as Barbara Brosier reports, similar bills have repeatedly failed over the past few years.
As Lakeisha Gardner testified before a state house committee this week, she couldn't hold back her tears.
I sat in the courtroom yesterday and I watched a young man who almost murdered my child receive 30 days at probation. Is that the going right now for hate?
A judge handed that sentence down this week to a teen convicted of beating her son Jason. She says the racial slurs the attacker used indicated his motivation.
My child almost lost his life. All because we're African American and we were in the wrong community and did not know.
Indiana remains one of only 5 states without a hate crimes law. Republican State Senator Susan Glick is once again trying to change that. The bill she's proposing makes it an aggravating circumstance if a crime is committed because of a person's race, religion, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Glick says, despite opponents' claims, the legislation wouldn't infringe on religious freedom or freedom of speech.
This bill would not prevent the preacher from preaching against homosexuality or a group of protesters from protesting against a different race or religious group.
But opponents argue the proposal is selective in who it protects.
The bill, if it has any effect, has the effect of limiting the people that are protected against hate crimes to only a selected list of privileged people who apparently liberal and corporate elites prefer over other people.
And the state attorney general's office thinks current Indiana law does enough to punish those who commit bias-motivated crimes.
We believe at the attorney general's office that a better approach is to appropriately punish the criminal act itself and not attempt to police thoughts and perceived motives.
They're the same arguments legislators have heard for years. What's different this time around is that House Speaker Brian Bosma endorsed the idea of hate crimes legislation this summer after a woman was killed at a white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. Whether Bosma's support will make a difference in the bill's fate remains unclear. Whatever happens, advocates plan to keep pushing for increased penalties for hate crimes. They say there's a reason 45 other states already have them. For Indiana News Desk, I'm Barbara Brosier.
And Lakeisha Gardner urged legislators to pass a hate crimes bill that goes even further than the one they're considering. She says everyone deserves to feel safe and protected. The committee will consider a long list of amendments to the bill next week. Now, Brandon Smith joins us to talk about what has been going on.